the number one thing you must own to get rich, and why you're missing out if you don't own it. Imagine waking up in the morning knowing that money is flowing into your bank account, even while you sleep. Nope, this isn't a fantasy, it's the reality for those who've cracked the code to wealth creation by owning the right things. In today's video, we're going to reveal the number one thing you absolutely must own if you're serious about getting rich. But there's a shocking truth to the situation. Most people overlook this powerful wealth building tool, and they're missing out big time. Stay tuned to find out why owning this thing could be the game changer you've been searching for. But first, this is Powerful Money Habits. I'm your host, Dr. Stephanie Aldrich, and I like to talk about money and habits that can help improve your life. If you're new to the channel and like the video, please hit the subscribe button down below and stay till the end so you can see how many of these things that you already own and how many you want to. If you want to change your own money habits, go grab a free copy of my 10th book. It's called Powerful Money Habits: Unleash Financial Freedom. The link is down in the description below. Also, there's a free masterclass training on that website where I teach the 3 money moves that you need to make in order to build financial freedom. Again, you get all of that for free if you go to the powerfulmoneyhabits.com website. So, okay, let's get back to the show. In this video, we're diving deep into the importance of owning this one thing. If you haven't figured it out already, it's owning an asset. So what is an asset? You hear it being thrown around all over the place, right? So an asset is something that pays you. You buy it once, and it continues to pay you for as long as you own it. Every single rich person on the planet owns an asset. And most of them owns tens, if not thousands of them, each one paying them different amounts of money on a continuous basis. Wouldn't you like to be part of that club? I know I would, and I already am. Okay, we've established what an asset is. Now, let's give you a list of assets that you can buy, ones that I've even bought, okay? Of course, you have real estate properties, that's number one. This could include storage units, parking lots, commercial, multifamily, mobile parks, farmland, timberland, or even single family homes. Of course, this list is not all inclusive, and there are so many assets that you could be buying. Please, please, please do your research before you put any of your money in any of these things. Even though all of these assets produce income, you still need to know how to either run them properly, or you got to know what the risks are with these investments, so choose wisely. But what's cool about rental properties, no matter what area they're in, you can also invest in either REITs, real estate investment trusts, or private placements like what I do, which are syndicated deals where one group pulls money from investors and own the properties together. This is the course that I've taken because I hate to tell you, but I'm kind of lazy like that, and I don't want to put in any effort into owning any properties. So I invest with Mr. 10X himself, Grant Cardone, and it's been paying me monthly since 2018. Then you have my next favorite asset, and that's a business. Now, a business isn't passive at all, unless you've set it up where you don't manage it. You have other employees running it, and you're just in the background funding it, or maybe, doing just some ownership kind of things. But this could be franchise businesses, this could be medical offices, this could be a mom and pop pizza shop, or even an online business. But this business must provide a or service to its customers, and what you can do is reap the rewards from its sales of those things. My next favorite category is dividend paying stocks. Now, I don't like to invest in individual stocks, but there's plenty of index funds and ETFs out there that pool together dividend paying stocks, and you get paid either monthly or quarterly. I just started investing in these assets recently. I have SCHD, which is a Schwab high yield dividend ETF. I have JEPQ, which is a JP Morgan Chase ETF that includes such companies as the techs, right? It's mostly follows the NASDAQ. SCHD pays me quarterly, and JEPQ pays me monthly, which I totally like. I like those monthly ones better, but it is what it is, right? You gotta do something that gives off some type of cash flow. Another asset that you can own is intellectual property. This can be a book, like this. You do it once and you get paid every time you sell it, right? Could be a program, it could be music, or maybe you own a patent for a product that's either manufactured and sold or licensed by other people. Either way, you get paid every time someone buys your product. Then you have peer-to-peer lending. It's another way that you can earn interest payments on money that you lend to other people. This can be privately or through a lending platform. I do this through medical debt. A doctor's office or group performs procedures and sells the insurance reimbursements to a lending company. I am the investor that buys the insurance reimbursements, and basically I have to wait a short time, usually 1 to 5 years, to get back my original investment. But in the meantime, I earn monthly interest payments on my money. This is through a company called GoVesti. You can check them out if you're an accredited investor. I also do this through private equity and credit through a fund that Tony Robbins recommended in his last book. What was it called? The last book. It wasn't Money Masters. I can't remember what it was called, but the last book he recommended a company called CAZ, C-A-Z. CAZ only pays out yearly, okay? Not my favorite way, but because it's a private equity company, the returns can be higher, which is why I'm investing with them. You can also invest in agriculture. This includes livestock, what we talked about before, farmland and timber. I don't really like this area just because weather and disease can play a huge role in the profits, and I like to make more safer investments than this, but it's definitely an option, and people do make money investing in these types of land and livestock, right? The next thing is you have annuities. Now, annuities, which can provide a steady income stream, these are typically for retirees that don't want to manage their portfolios and just want that monthly paycheck without having to do much. So I'm not a really big fan of this because sometimes, depending on how they're structured, you may not get any of that money back. The insurance company might keep it. But I don't know too much about this. That would be something to ask a financial advisor, but it is an option, right? The next one is crypto staking or yield farming. I do not know anything about this, but it can pay you monthly or quarterly, so that is an option, but you definitely need to know what you're talking about, so beware of that. And you have huge fluctuations in crypto, so make sure that you know what you're doing before you do it. Another thing is very simple that anybody can do is put their money into a high interest savings account or even bonds. This could be a high interest savings account with an online bank like Laurel Road or Ally. You can own a bond fund ETF. You could own government bonds, corporate bonds, or even municipal bonds. I only like savings accounts that give you something for storing your money there. But I don't have a lot of money sitting around in the banks because I don't want that value of my money being eroded away by inflation. I like to put my money to work in assets that pay me cash flow. But of course, you can do whatever you want with your money. And I don't trust the government with my money either. They already waste my tax money. Why would I give them more when I buy a bond to help loan them money, right? So that they can go and just waste it on stupid stuff that doesn't give me any benefits. So the question that you may be asking yourself is, why are these assets superior to just earning money? I just want to have a salary. I just want to go to my 9-to-5 job. I'm not worried about any of this other crap that you're talking about. Well, first off, most of these assets that we're talking about are passive or even semi-passive. They can earn money even if you're not actively working on them, and this always allows you to multiply your income streams without being tied to a 9-to-5 job. And at some point, you won't even have to work anymore because you'll have enough assets that generate enough cash flow to give you financial freedom, paying for your lifestyle without you doing any of the work. I don't know about you, but I love the sound of that. That's what I want for sure. Having multiple income streams gives you financial security in times of economic downturns or maybe even a job loss. This extra cash flow can provide a safety net, ensuring that you have an alternative source of income, which can lead to greater financial stability and then later, ultimately, financial independence. Did I mention that most of these come with tax benefits too? Your W-2 salary is taxed at the highest rate, where asset cash flow is either taxed at a lower dividend rate or some of it is not taxed at all. How many people would love to not pay any taxes? Yeah, sign me up for that, right? How do you think the wealthy keep getting wealthier? And of course, there's a limit to time you spend at your job creating a salary ceiling on how much you can earn. But there's no limit to the amount of assets you own or the income cash flow that they earn. So why don't people just own cash flowing assets? Well, the biggest reason is they just don't know. They don't know about them. They don't know what to buy or how cash flow assets really work. Their families didn't teach them how to be rich because they themselves aren't rich. Schools focus on education, not wealth accumulation. People fear the risk associated with investing, and they fear losing money, which can keep them from the very thing that makes them wealthy. Many people believe that you need a lot of money to invest in assets, and in some areas like apartment buildings, yeah, this is true. But you can pool your money with others through REITs and syndication deals and invest the amount you can afford, but reap all the benefits that come along with it. And finally, people are so caught up with keeping up with the Joneses that they're broke. Not because they don't earn enough money in their job, but because they don't have anything left over to invest in cash flowing assets. They think too much about today and what they look like to others, and not about the future and how to build wealth. And it's a shame how people live. But I know that this isn't you because you're here watching this video right now. So yeah, you can get started today if you haven't already, investing in assets that pay you cash flow. Start watching some videos in the areas that you're interested in investing in. Join an investment group or get a mentor that knows what they're doing so you can get the same results and you don't lose money. It's so easy, but what excuse do you have for not doing anything right now? There's no excuse that's acceptable. Get busy starting today. Owning assets that pay you more than your old salary doesn't just offer financial freedom, it gives you the freedom to live life on your terms. Pursue your passions and build a legacy for future generations. This is the power of asset ownership, and it's a reality that can be yours if you start today. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor and only tell you the things that I do, so make sure that you educate yourself or talk with someone that is an expert in any of the fields that we've talked about during this video before you invest any of your hard-earned money. So that's it for the show. Thanks for watching. What assets do you own and which ones do you want to buy next? Let me know down in the comments. And until next time, this is Powerful Money Habits.